Not my dog.
We are live.
Okay.
That's
All
right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's time. All right, today is August the 8th. The year is 2022. And you are in the 411 Sports World Fantasy Show. Mock Draft Monday, as Calculator likes to say. All right. And we're not alone today. We have a special guest, as
Yes, we
do. Teased everyone on last week. And the special guest will be here shortly. But before we do that, oh, hello over there, Lacey. I see you over there with your glasses and everything. Looking astute, looking ready, looking draft ready. Mock Draft Monday. All right, well, let's get ready to get into it. We're going to talk quarterbacks as well. So it's not only the draft, but we're going to talk the top 12 quarterbacks. So right after this, here we go.
Greetings and salutations, everyone.
Ciao.
Yeah. Mock Draft Monday. You gotta love it.
I do.
And one of the most important scoring positions we're going to go over is quarterbacks today. And looking at it, I got all the lists for Mr. 411 and Lacey and myself, and of course the special guest that Mr. 411 will introduce for today.
Absolutely. All right. Well, about all the information, if you want to gather this information, you want to hear more of the Calculator and Lacey, please do the following.
Subscribe, like, notify. 3 simple steps. Keep you on top of the game.
Could you?
All right, as we stated, today is Mock Draft Monday, and we're going to go over the top 12 quarterbacks. But before we do all of that, let's bring in our guest. All right, he's a multi-time champion in fantasy football. He was definitely one of our high-ranking members last season, and it didn't necessarily end the way he wanted it to, but he had a great season. But nonetheless, and you've probably seen him also on Turnbuckle Talk, which is our wrestling talk show. Let's welcome everybody today to the show, Zach, a.k.a. Captain Cosmo Andrews.
All right, there he is.
What's up?
Yeah. The season's getting close when you start bringing in all these special guests.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, he's been itching to get on here too. So, Calculator, it's gonna be a rough season this year. I think Captain Cosmo's gonna do his best to scorch the league. You know what I mean? He's gonna try.
Well, Mr. 411, I think I know why Captain's getting on. He's in a lot of my leagues as well. I think he's trying to pick my brain before these drafts start up. But I'm not saying, just saying.
I made a note to myself. Got to be careful the info I give the Coop.
Because you don't want to provide misinformation on the public airwaves. Make sure.
Got to be careful with him. I know he could use it against me.
Lacey was always known in some leagues leaving outdated magazines around, and so people take a peek. See, oh man, they don't check the dates on the magazines. So these are really
that.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, before we jump into the top 12, we're gonna have a couple sponsors just want to throw out there, and then we're gonna jump into the top 12. All right. We'll put the calculator's spreadsheet up. But ladies and gentlemen, we are on Blackjack TV. We are on blackjacktv.net. So we thank the Jack for sponsoring our show as well and airing it across the country. Zach, a.k.a. Captain Cosmo.
What
Take a look
seeing?
Here.
You bring in Captain Cosmo.
Yeah, we're going to break him in, right away. All right, the Panty Platter Boutique. Instagram is @_Panty Platter. www.thepantyplatter.com. / So check out the penny platter for Miss Cosmo, Captain Cosmo.
Oh. Nice. I'm gonna be on here again.
Want to get you?
Hey,
There you
Mr.
go.
411, could
All
you
right.
move me in a little closer, please?
Well, once we get more in the budget, we'll be able to do that.
Well, no, you were there just a few minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, we had an additional screen up, so we're short on
Oh,
funds.
okay.
But yeah, but if we can get a little bit of your check, I think we'd be able to work that out.
Well, no, you're not getting any of my check.
All right. All right. Well, two more sponsors real quick, and we're gonna get
Okay.
rolling here. The next one, cover your eyes, Lacey.
Oh, that's Lacey's favorite
Thank you.
sponsor.
Get ptwithgrit.com. Check out Keith Morgan, PT with Grit. He has virtual classes. You can sign up. Reach out to him at www.ptwithgrit.com. All right, one more, and then we ready to roll. All right, Black Tie. If you want to DJ, you're in the middle Georgia area, just check out Black Tie. It's that quick and simple. Just look up Black Tie. All right, here we go. Let's get the icebreaker in since we're talking quarterbacks, all right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Guess who this quarterback is. Now hold your response. Let's give everybody a chance to think about who it is. But guess this player. Started out at USC, drafted by the Bengals in 2003. His last team was the Arizona Cardinals in 2017. Guess this player.
Oh my gosh. He always brings these. Well, no,
Obscure.
17.
Is his first name Matt?
That's an interesting guess.
I'm being serious. Is his first name Matt? I can't remember the last name.
Carson Palmer.
You asked me.
It's Carson Palmer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
I thought it was,
I just remembered he was hurt with the Bengals, and then I remember trying to think of who that quarterback was before they went and got Kyler Murray.
I forgot about him at SC College.
Yeah.
Carson Palmer. Yes, that's him. It's been a while now since he's been there. So yeah, but Carson Palmer and Matt Leinart was a good guess as well.
That's what I was thinking.
That was a quality guess. Yeah. When you said Matt, I just didn't want to say yeah, nay, because that might have gave it away. But you was spot on there, Captain. You was close, but that's what it was. So yeah, Carson Palmer, and he was a valuable quarterback back in the day.
Oh yeah,
especially for a good stretch, and especially when he had Chad Johnson, aka Ocho Cinco.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I remember.
Yeah, that was a good combination. There you go. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Quarterbacks. We're talking about the top 12 quarterbacks, aka the first rounders, and we'll pass this over to the calculator, and I'll pull the spreadsheet up.
Well, as people, as people are going to be seeing the more and more that as they do mock drafts and even best ball drafts, it looks like even for us, consensus, Josh Allen, no bust games last year. He can run, he can throw, pretty much easy. Now, if you're going to have to draft him though, he comes with that draft price. So you're going to have to do a high third round. You might be able to get him late third round. I haven't seen him fall to the fourth round yet. So if you want Josh Allen, you're gonna have to pay up. What was interesting is almost consensus number 2 overall, Justin Herbert. However, the captain, our special guest, just curious. Well, why do you pick Mahomes over Herbert? You have any reason?
I didn't want to give away my love for Justin Herbert.
I mean, misdirection on the first show.
Decoy, I got you.
I think some people are doubting Patrick.
Yeah.
In my opinion, until Patrick loses the spot, it's his still. I still think he's a top 2. I think a lot of people are thinking because he's losing Tyreek that he won't be the top 2, but I still think and Until he actually loses, it's still his.
Okay. So
That's
me,
fair.
I
fair.
personally, I was the only person that actually had Mahomes going down to fourth, and for that reason is why I did drop him back, is because he did lose Tyreek. However, if you know, he had a mid-season slump last year, and the reason I know that is because I owned him in one of my leagues, and I think a lot of people were talking about, could have been figured out. A lot of people were talking about Super Bowl hangover the next year, and then if you right after a slump, if you saw week 16, 17, and even through that Buffalo game and the first half of the Bengals playoff game, he was on fire again. But then something happened in the second half of the Bengal game. It got turned. It was switch turned off again. So that's actually based on my rankings. There's no way I'm going to be able to get Patrick Mahomes. Just for the mere fact is I have him fourth in my rankings, and a lot of people, as you see, captain. All you need is one person to really like a guy to go high. So that's why Mahomes won't make any of my teams. But Mr. 4-1 and Lacey have him third over. So it's not like they're getting down. I'm the lowest on him, and captain's on the highest on him. What about you, Mr. 4-1? You got any news on Patrick Mahomes?
No, I mean I like where he is pretty much in as far as my rankings go. I think that there's nothing out there that's telling me that he's going to have a major drop off of any way. I actually think maybe addition by subtraction here. I know that the Chiefs have a lot of weapons, but without Tyreek there, this may force Mahomes to spread it out even more and become an even better quarterback. So I think that he has the skill set to do so. This might even help with his rushing because he is an athletic quarterback. So I wouldn't be surprised if his rushing total go up a little bit this year.
And I do have to admit, I think he could be in quite a few shootouts because, that whole division got better. Denver got better. The Raiders, their offense is going to be better. I think, and then, of course, we know about the Chargers. So it could be a lot of shootouts to force him to have to do well as well. But me, I'm off of Patrick Mahomes. I still got him top 5, but he's not going to be on any of my teams.
All right.
Okay. And then fourth, that's where things start. Well, I'll just go. My third quarterback is Jalen Hurts. I love Jalen Hurts this year. Lacey, not too high on him. I see Mr. 4-1. He's up there. Him and Captain have him at looks like what's that? Y'all, the 6th quarterback. I have him all the way up number 3. I love the rushing ability. I love the offensive line. I love the new weapon in A.J. Brown. Devontae Smith in the 2nd year. I just think everything is going to be looking good for Jalen Hurts this year because now he's got weapons and he can run. So he's kind of like almost like a Lamar Jackson situation type deal where he can run. I think this is a perfect quarterback. 1,000 yards rushing, 4,000 yards passing, 20, 25 passing touchdowns, 6, 7 rushing touchdowns. That and he can do it week after week. I just see anytime his arm will let you down, his feet will get you going. So that's why I think having a rushing type quarterback. That's why I have him so far high up on my list.
But I do want to say about Mahomes.
Yeah.
That I feel like in Mahomes' case, I think in Kansas City's case, Andy Reid is a really, really good coach, and they don't have enough of a running game. And they saw when they were this last year, like you're gonna have to do more than just have Patrick Mahomes. So I think they're gonna make some adjustments in the offseason and maybe run a little bit more. Okay. That's why I kind of like backed off of him just a little bit.
And I've noticed a pattern with Lacey, and Lacey, you can just tell me, a lot of your running quarterbacks are lower on the list. Are you just worried about injuries that can result from running quarterbacks?
Not so much injuries per se. It's just that I feel like they're a little streakier. Mm-hmm. Well, like Lamar Jackson. It's like he could have a great game, but he doesn't have as many great games as whatever his position. And then when I looked at it when I was coming up with my list, he didn't even make the top 12 last year. I know that without the running game and all of that, but it's just that I feel like the running quarterback is kind of getting to be less um, less a part of the formula. Although Josh Allen, there's a that, like I say, I feel like that's getting a little bit less. People are figuring that out more, and they're just starting to take away the weapons and see what you can do. That's why they're running so much.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
eventually, that's going to lead to like injuries, but it's mostly because I think they get figured out,
Yeah.
and
And by this, by Lacey's ranking, I can assure you, Lamar Jackson will not be on her team because he would be drafted a lot higher than when she would be considering him. So I can make a lot of judgments based on this. But another interesting, and I was talking to Captain in the production meeting before the deal. His disdain, Kyler Murray, who's all in our top 10 list, is even absent on Captain Cosmo's list.
but you put Trey Lance in there.
What? Well, and he's saying if he could choose between Trey Lance and Kyler Murray, he said he's going to choose Trey Lance. Well, and that's why I'm posing the question to him. Why such the disdain for Kyler Murray?
So I had Kyler Murray last year.
There
Okay.
you go.
Listen to this, okay?
Okay.
So I was coming off a championship season in Calculators League, okay?
Yep.
Championship
Yeah.
season, and man, I mean, the 12th pick of the first round, okay? It was difficult, but two of my top, either 3 or 4 picks was my first pick was DeAndre Hopkins, okay?
Oh,
And then
Nice.
I was like, man, I'm going to scoop
Good
up
to know.
Murray here with my 3 or 4 to pair with him. Well, guess what?
that
That
didn't work.
didn't work at all.
It really didn't work.
At all.
But
He
this the
wanted
bubble
to.
league?
Single.
Yep.
The
Not
bubble,
only
because
did
that's
both
the
get
keeper league,
hurt,
right?
Correct.
Yeah, both got hurt. D-Hop just fell off, man. Dude, what happened?
Mhm.
And then Murray, yeah, it just
Yeah.
and then the playoffs, Murray he upset me in the game too. They didn't look that good. And then I read something about he was on the phone crying to his girlfriend.
Nope.
I was like, dude,
Okay.
unless
He wants to
like
perform
you,
as a man.
I'm done. I will never draft Kyler Murray
That's nothing to
again.
do with football.
He is up there with Big Ben, though. Thankfully, Big Ben,
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, there we go. And
Okay.
Lacey knows what it means when people are dead to her.
Oh, yeah.
So
All
and
the
and
time.
hey, and that's why I had Kyler Murray in that same league that Captain was in 2 years ago. And it was the same situation. Started off like gangbusters and then just went down. All it took was one little hit, and then his shoulder was hurt. And then, I mean, the slight of frame. And hey, I love a guy that can run around as much, but there's different types of Russian quarterbacks. I like the bigger Cam Newton, Jalen Hurts, even a Lamar Jackson,
Josh
bigger guys
Allen.
that can take the hits. Josh Allen, that's right. But when you get into the Robert Griffin III, you get into the Kyler Murray's, the slider type quarterbacks, one vicious hit and they're not the same. They really aren't. So that's why I still have Kyler Murray higher. But again, I don't have. He's going to Kyler Murray in all the drafts I see. He'll be drafted ahead of Jalen Hurts. Patrick Mahomes is going to be drafted ahead of Jalen Hurts. Joe Burrow is a lot of times drafted ahead of Jalen Hurts. So as you can see, Jalen Hurts is going to be one of my targets because I have him in my top 3. And if he falls to me, 5th, 6th round after I fill out my starting players, that might be the road I go. So,
Okay. What about in the middle here, guys? What we looking at in the middle of this top 20?
well, another interesting thing, and this I'm going to throw this one out to Lacey, is she's the only one that has Kirk Cousins in her top 12. Can you explain your love for Kirk Cousins this year?
I mean,
Please do.
he's really a good quarterback. I mean, he can air it out, and he's just got really great receivers, and they don't
Yes.
have a whole lot.
Okay.
And DeAndre Swift also catches the ball, so I think that he's going to have a good season.
Yeah.
Just because he is Kirk
Good.
Cousins, it's like they may not win, but they will score.
Oh yeah, and they got, and we talked about it earlier on why we have Justin Jefferson higher. He still has Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook coming out of backfield, but he has that coaching staff that Mike Zimmer never trusted Kirk Cousins for some reason. And he would always try to just hey, if he gets in the red zone, if he gets in the 10-yard line, it's run, run, run 3 straight times. With Dalvin Cook.
Oh wait a minute, am I getting Kirk Cousins mixed up?
Well,
is he in Minnesota?
Yeah, he's in Minnesota.
Oh, okay,
Well, you didn't want Jared Goff.
I'm thinking DeAndre Swift is in Detroit.
Oh, yeah, in Detroit.
No, you meant Cook though, but you like.
We knew you meant Dalvin Cook. That's why I wanted to correct you. Yeah, exactly.
I
just like their offense.
What's your bold prediction?
Kirk Cousins will not be the starting quarterback come the end of the year.
He won't be?
Kellen Mond.
Oh,
that's my bold. That's my bold prediction.
That's a very bold one.
Kevin Mon, he came out, was it 2 years ago, I believe. And, Chris Sims, the guy for NBC Sports, actually had Kevin Mon as one of his top 5 quarterbacks of that draft class. And they had a lot of, decent quarterbacks. That was the Justin Fields, the guy for New England, skipping right now. Yeah. I mean, all these, Trey Lance, that was a good draft class. And Chris Sims actually had Kevin Mon in his top 5 of just what he can do. And he didn't. So that could be possible because this coaching staff, like we were saying, this coaching staff didn't pay Kirk Cousins that big quarterback. That was prior regime.
I think they liked what they saw on film with Kellen. So I definitely think Cousins is gonna, yeah.
I think Kirk Cousins is going to be used in a lot of. We've talked about quarterback is a popular, since it's a one position league.
Mm-hmm.
People like to stream quarterback. They see a nice matchup. Mm-hmm. They can go and pick up and a good guy that people were talking about streaming. I've been listening to various research material, and they were talking about Justin Fields as a guy because he's a Russian quarterback on a bad team, but right matchup, he could do well. Kirk Cousins is a perfect guy. He was streamed a lot last year, and they had so many close games, and that defense was so bad last year. Kirk Cousins had to keep throwing the ball, so Kirk Cousins didn't bust very much. So Kirk Cousins is definitely a high ceiling type guy.
Because I feel like the streaming generally gets done more in if you're beyond the 12-team league.
Yes.
Anybody that was in a 12-team league, if any of these 12 were your starting quarterback, you're not going to do a lot of streaming. But in the leagues where you have 14 teams and 16 teams and 18 teams, you have to stream. You don't have any choice. And so, that's a whole different kind of thing.
Well, you got to think of streaming when you look at Captain Cosmo's situation last year when you have Kyler Murray, who just gets hurt, and then you got to start looking at the streamers. People that
I mean that's because of injuries and things.
But you're inevitably going to
your intent going into the season.
Well, no, it's never an intent, but you got to plan for it. So that's why the streaming option is always available.
Yeah.
Okay. But I do have to say this too. We may have to also put play into consideration with Kirk Cousins, his vaccination status.
Oh, is that an issue?
I mean,
really?
I would.
Well, have they really talked about the vaccination policy in the NFL this upcoming season?
Well, I mean, it's kind of being pushed,
Because with the only vaccination policy, they adopted it last year. The only ones that were really bad was if you had to play overseas. Like Canada has that absurd vaccination policy. So it's like, but NFL don't have any games in Canada. So I really don't think the vaccination should be an issue.
Is Aaron Rodgers vaccinated?
Well, he had that third world vaccination that he did, that he said, so he got vaccinated the old way by catching it, and
it doesn't work that way.
No, although he didn't have it the rest of the year, so got rid of it, and he was good for the rest of the year. So, but I don't think that is an issue. And I don't think you look at vaccination status when we're doing our rankings. I mean, so at least I didn't see it when I was looking on my research. But so do we think there's going to be a big rebound for Dak Prescott. He's hovering, not necessarily in the top 5, but it looks like he made everybody's top 10 with respect to
Just
all of us.
basically based on his situation. He's got everything he needs to be good. So
I think Dak's Dak. I think the ceiling's been hit.
Yeah.
probably,
And also
and losing
Amari,
Amari is not going to help.
that is the one thing. And Michael Gallup, now they're talking about he could actually be out till October.
Oh, wow.
So
Really?
so yeah. So but that wide receiver they drafted,
Well,
Tolbert,
Zeke can catch the
they-
ball too.
yeah, and Pollard. They're saying they could split out
Yeah.
Pollard into
I like
running back
Pollard.
sets.
Well,
I
I'm not
love
touching
Pollard.
Zeke.
We talked about him last year. He's a great running back too. You can get in the 8th, 9th round as a guy that you possibly flex out and because I guarantee you the Zeke owner is not going to be really looking at Pollard, even though they should, because a lot of times if you're getting Zeke, you're getting Zeke a little earlier, so you're gonna have to concentrate on wide receivers and other positions later on in the draft where Pollard is kind of falling. So it's hard to
I think
you have to
I think Dak is like a good meal. You know what I'm saying? He's a good solid meal, good healthy meal. It's
Yeah.
good for you, filling, gonna take care. You're gonna be in good shape. But
Okay.
if you're looking for that Morton Steakhouse, you know what I mean, or something, something on that end, you may get that from time to
Bruce
time. But I
Chris.
think,
Yes.
there you go. Places like that.
You went a long way to
go to
describe
lot.
somebody who's just good and not great.
Well, once you get out of the top
He-
5 or 6,
he's a
you're
very good
taking
meal.
a chance. But these
Yeah.
all should be these are people that you should be
But you
able to
can't go
start
wrong
with
with it.
confidence.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm looking at our list. Also, I'm a little lower on Joe Burrow than a lot of you guys. Captain, you have him all the way in your top 5. What do you like about Joe Burrow?
I
Okay,
love Burrow.
Lamar
I think
Chase.
Burrow. They went out and they
Lamar.
spent money. The offensive line's been improved. I think Joe Burrow is going to have an amazing year. I love Joey B. I love him.
Yeah. And just for the people, other Joe, he just
No.
recently had an
No.
appendectomy. So, but they say he should only be out 2 to 3 weeks for that.
He's
So,
young.
yeah, he should recover fairly quickly from that. But the one thing I do like about Joe Burrow is I do like his weapons. That's why he makes my top 10.
Right.
But again, I'm going to put him behind any type of running back that can get me, points with his legs, because Joe Burrow is one of those typical drop back, pocket passers. So I prefer the 1 point every 10 yards rushing. You can get those quick. Not Joe Burrow. Again, he's going to be good, but again, that's why I have him lower, and I do have him lower than the other pocket pass. My first real pocket passer in there is Tom Brady. But what can you say about Tom Brady? He's Tom Brady. But Lacey, you got Tom Brady at number 4. So you think repeat a lot of last year?
I mean, that's what he does. I looked at last year's stats and I didn't realize that he came in at number 2, only second to Josh Allen. He's not going to have Gronk. He's not going to have Godwin for part of the season, but it doesn't seem to matter.
Mm-hmm.
He's a machine.
Yeah, and you don't have Antonio Brown either. Antonio Brown left.
Yeah, but I mean, he manages to get it done. So I take it.
Well, I'm a little worried about that offensive line. That's what scares me. They lost both their guards, and then the other tackle got hurt in preseason. But they said he should be back in time for the regular season. So
what if
offensive line? Jared Goff should be a superstar.
What if Julio Jones is healthy?
Okay. Look,
well, they said that with Tennessee, with Julio going to Tennessee too. Their captain.
Yeah, and I believed him and drafted him.
Yeah, I drafted Tannehill in a lot of leagues.
Okay, we got a couple questions on deck. So we got a couple questions on deck, calculator.
Okay.
So let's quickly wrap up the quarterback situation, and then we answer these questions, and then get into our mock draft. So
Trey Lance
what else do we have left on the quarterbacks? Somebody's very high on Trey Lance.
Oh,
I love Trey Lance.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers. Come on, guys. All right.
The calculator doesn't even have Aaron Rodgers, does it?
Come on.
I actually had Aaron Rodgers, and then right before the show, I put in Derek Carr. I'm
Okay.
just I mean, when Alan Lazard is your top receiver, that just kind of worries me. So I said I'm going to go with the Devontae
No.
Adams, the Darren Waller situation rather than Alan Lazard and
Right.
cast Aaron Jones. I mean, their running backs are second best receiver.
Yeah.
That worries me. And Aaron Rodgers doesn't run the ball either. But Derek Carr, I love that offensive
He gets
line, and I love
touchdowns.
those. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Derek Carr is fourth receivers runner Hunter Renfrow. I mean, you get a guy like that as your fourth option. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Quick comment on my former favorite quarterback, Russell Wilson. Anybody? Quick comment on Russell Wilson. What do y'all think about him?
Well, the one thing that worries me about Russell Wilson, love the weapons. However, people remember he had two of the top receivers in the league last year going for him as well. So it's not like his supporting cast is so much better that he's going to
they're not better.
The team. Exactly. I mean, who would you take straight up blind test between DK Metcalf and Cortland Sutton? I'm going to take DK Metcalf. Darren Judy, Tyler Lockett. I kind of like Tyler Lockett. Now, when you get into the 3 and 4, still, might be good. And he does have a good running game behind him. But, hey, he had a decent running game. Hey, Pete Carroll loved to run the ball, in Seattle. So, what's that?
But Drew Lock was throwing to them.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson
I don't think he's going to be better than he was last year. I don't think he will be better than last year, but I think he's going to be good. He's going to be Russell Wilson.
And very good. And we have one more. Look at Lacey. She has everyone else picked 12, and then we have this one extra one down here. Looks like down here, Matt Ryan.
Yeah, Lacey couldn't make up her mind right after Derek Carr.
I really feel like Matt Ryan is in a good position. But it's hard to put him top 12,
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to be right there, though.
I think he's a streamer.
Right, cool.
He's one of those guys.
He's going to have more protection than he's had in a long time.
All right. Well, thanks, Calculator, for the top 12. We're about to get into the mock draft shortly, right after we answer these two questions here. So Hollywood has a question for everybody on the panel. I'll give everybody a chance to give a quick response on it. And we thank Hollywood for watching and tuning in. And here's a question from him. So he says, I have a question if you don't mind. I'm the 12th pick in a 14-team league for his first draft pick. Who should he go with? Kelsey, Mixon, Diggs, and why?
PPR?
Yeah, that I think PPR would help in this situation, but
Okay.
we all preach. Well, I say we. I mean, this is Captain's first thing with it, but Captain, just to fill him, we do like getting running backs with one of our first picks, especially if it's a workhorse quarterback or running back later in the draft.
Yeah.
So if Mixon's available in the 12th pick of a 14, because those running backs are going to get sparse real quick. So if you can get a workhorse running back right before that, I say, and Captain, in a league that I'm in with you, we proved last year you can get valuable receivers later in the draft. If you remember, Cooper Kupp went 5th round last year. Deebo Samuel was going in the 7th round last year. So you can hit those guys later in the draft. But if you need it, but running backs are just, you are trying to dodge landmines. And Mixon has proved that he can be pretty durable. Even when he gets dinged up, he's not a guy that needs a couple weeks. Usually, if he gets hurt, a lot of time he gets back quickly. And
they're not stacking that box.
Oh yeah, you can't stack the box with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and company. So he's running, and you got Joe Burrow. So he's running against that 7 line. So yeah, I think Mixon's a perfect pick if he's available.
If he's there, I don't see
in the 12th pick of a 14-team league. I'll take him all day long and see if one of those Devontae Adams or Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams or Kelsey might be able to fall to you with your second pick in the second round.
Exactly. That's where I would go.
Yeah, so that's why I say get that hero running back, ride him, and then you can play the receiver roulette throughout the rest of the draft.
Okay. All right. Any more comments for Hollywood?
How about you, Captain?
Yeah, Captain, who would you pick out of those 3?
I would go Mixon. Yeah, running back. I always take running back. If a good running back's on the board, I always take them.
Same here.
Yep. So
if they're
Hollywood,
available,
go Mixon. So go Mixon or a high rated running back, and then come back and get one of those three right there on the back end. Should get
Yes.
back around to you.
Should get
All right, one more here.
back around pretty quick if you're the 12th pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right, and good question, Hollywood. We appreciate that. Trey. All right,
Oh,
my
yeah.
son's name Trey. So great name, Trey. Half PPR redraft. Who would be the better late round stash between MVS or Sky Moore?
We've actually gotten that situation in a couple of our mock drafts, and we
Mhm.
say we
Mhm.
always want part of that Kansas City offense. And
Mhm.
those are two great guys. Hey, Kansas City went out, but the higher wide receiver going off Kansas City has actually been Juju Smith-Schuster. So that's why MVS and Scott Moore are kind of getting later on in drafts. And personally, I'm an MVS guy. He got a multi-year contract. He's not a rookie, so he's got some experience in the NFL going against NFL defenses. I think now, hey, Scott Moore, if I'm in a dynasty and I choose between two, I'm going to go with the younger draft pick, Scott Moore. However, redraft leagues, like he stated, thank you for stating it's a redraft, I'm going with MVS because I think he can give you a bigger rate of return sooner than Sky Moore. But I do like Sky Moore as a better long-term prospect, but in redraft leagues, I'm going with MVS.
All right. Any more comments for Trey there? All right.
I
We
feel like that
appreciate it,
late.
Trey.
It depends on how late in the draft you're talking about, because if you're talking about like round 10, I would take Sky Moore over MVS just because he's a rookie. It's exciting, and at that point you can take a risk on somebody.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
MVS is the safer choice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we thank Hollywood and Trey. All right.
Oh,
For
Hollywood
tuning
had
in
another
and
question.
posting their questions and their comments.
Well,
Oh,
there's one
Mixon
more
finishing
question
higher
out
than
there.
Derrick Henry this year.
Mhm.
All right. How about this theory here, real quick? Mixon finishing higher than Derrick Henry.
We
Yes.
say I say no. I mean,
I say yes.
well, see, that's why I have Derrick Henry higher in my rankings than Mixon, is because I
Yeah.
think Derrick Henry and for one thing is the one thing that worries about Mixon is Cincinnati does have pass catching guys that can come in on third down.
Mhm.
Derrick Henry really doesn't. Derrick Henry's going to be there from 1 through 3 pretty much. He's going to have more volume. Granted, there is a chance for more risk with more volume. However, I'm going to take volume over the better offense and stuff like that, just because I want volume. Just look what Najee Harris did last year on a terrible Pittsburgh team. He used all that volume and just got points pretty much every week. And I think Derrick Henry's granted he got hurt, but hey, I'm a forgiving guy. I forgave McCaffrey for his injury the past 2 years. I'm gonna forgive Derrick Henry. Well, then you let Derrick Henry fall to me at number 5.
I think Derrick Henry's going to stiff arm Hollywood for even asking that question.
Yeah. Derrick Henry's going to be on a mission this year.
Right?
All right.
We'll see.
Well, we will
but he's
see.
still gonna be with Tennessee. So
Yeah.
All right. It's time for the mock draft. Here we go.
Oh, let's see where the draft pick is. Oh, we got to spin again.
Yeah,
Mr. 4-1, because we had the 4 pick last year. So I'm going to remove the number 4 pick, and we'll do it again. And if it's 11 or 12, we'll do it again.
So you got to
Oh,
do
my
the confetti all
goodness.
over again.
Woo!
Oh, hey. Well, that makes it easy.
Come on.
All right. So we are
All
drafting from the first position, PPR.
Running back,
the
please.
same. All right. And, well, yeah. And this is the popular discussion. Jonathan Taylor or Christian McCaffrey.
Right. And while we're deliberating over this, right? Look in the top corner, you'll see our team helmet. We couldn't afford the 1-1 on there, but it does have a 4. All right, so that's our uniform.
That's right. Brett Favre's number.
Budget.
So.
And yes, we are drafting it, and we are drafting as a team, ladies and gentlemen. So we will have to, deliberate over some of these selections.
Yeah, be devil's advocate on some picks. But is there really a devil? I mean, is there any world? I mean, there is a world where Christian McCaffrey is above Jonathan Taylor, but in this world, I like this. I like the high floor with a pot. I mean, because he has a high ceiling as well. But I'm a Jonathan Taylor guy, number 1 overall. So
I think we're all good with it.
What about you, Captain?
I would do Jonathan Taylor. I'm not
Yeah.
touching McCaffrey.
Okay.
Man, maybe
You've been
if
burnt.
he's there in the third round, but there.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's a 2 week
All right.
season, I'll take him. If it's 2 weeks, if it's a 2 week
But
season,
it's
I'll take
not.
him.
It's not. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor is on our team.
Okay, so we got to be thinking about the next two because we're going to have the back-to-back, right?
Yes. Well, I think we need to look at receivers because we have the like we said. Oh man, I really want to Mark Andrews, but you know, again, Mike Evans. You know, if you think about it, we drafted him last year and we were the number 4 pick, so now he's fallen to us all the way in the end of the second round.
Okay.
Was there anybody else you guys want to debate, or you know, the highest rated running back on the listing looks
Okay.
to be James Conner, Ezekiel. Well, we have back to back,
Mhm.
you know. So, but
I don't
wide
want to go
receiver.
with. I don't want to go with the recommended every time. I want to try
Well,
to do
yeah.
some more thinking than
Oh,
that. That's
yeah.
boring. So I would do Keenan Allen. I like Keenan a lot. He had a little bit of a drop off last year, but I think Keenan Allen is due for a huge year.
So you're not worried about Mike Williams on the other side?
I'm not. I think if anything, Mike Williams' presence is going to help him a little bit this year. If Keenan can stay healthy, he had a little bit of a health issue last year midseason, but I think Keenan Allen can be huge. I really like Keenan Allen.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and Mike Evans is going to suffer with Godwin being out possibly in the beginning of the season. They're just going to double team him. So I'm up for trying something new. I'd rather have Keenan Allen over Tyreek Hill.
Well, look, and we just said there's going to be shootouts in that division, and we all are high on Herbert, so it makes sense to me.
Okay.
He won't hurt our team. He will not hurt our team.
He definitely has that high.
Calculator?
Oh, I'm a Mike Evans guy. Mike Evans all the way. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, but we do the consensus here. But yes, I'm a Mike. If I can get Mike Evans at the end of the second round, I know Lacey brought up a good point about double teams on him. Mike Evans has showed he could beat double teams.
That's true.
You know, and I think with Gronk actually leaving, I think that's going to help Mike Evans in the touchdown department because he's even with those other tight ends on the team. Mike Evans is still the big body, and I'm sure you know Brady trusts him and stuff. So I really like Mike Evans this year. So if I can get him, yeah. Well, we have back-to-back picks.
We had the back-to-back, yeah.
Okay, so either him or Josh Allen right now, right? And we talked about spending.
Well, I know we'd had our quarterback, but let's not get fancy, Mr. I think we can get good value on quarterbacks later on. I guarantee you can get one of those good quarterbacks with our next pick. I don't think Herbert or Josh Allen or Herbert would go before our next pick.
Mike Evans. I'd like to see that in my lineup. Mike Evans.
Well, I mean, think about it. I mean, we lock up receivers. We got our hero, and I think one of the running backs of ETN, Brees Hall might fall to us. So, all right, will you go with that, Captain?
Do we have a consensus?
I would do Mike Evans. If James Conner, I have worries about.
Yes.
If last year was actually, you know, if he could really improve upon last year because he was good last year, but I just don't think he's going to be what he was last year. Honestly,
yeah.
We know what we're getting with Evans.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we know what we got. We got a top offense, and then you want to talk about shootouts? They're going to be in plenty of shootouts over in the NFC South as well. So let's get Mike. We are at some solid wide receivers. Okay. Yep. Josh Allen went. Let's see.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mahomes went, and Herbert went. Well, I thought Mahomes, but Mahomes did go ahead of Herbert in that one.
So what was the top three? Was it Allen, Mahomes, and Herbert?
Yeah, the top 3 quarterbacks. Josh Allen went, Mahomes went, and then Herbert went.
I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but those were my top 3. Well,
hey, I could be saying Captain Cosmo's probably been doing all these mock drafts, and now he has it in head on what order they've been going in.
Hey, hold on, y'all, before we make another pick. Since Captain Cosmo's feeling good about himself.
There we go. He did say not to toot his own horn.
Oh my goodness.
So, okay. Well, look. All those running backs that I mentioned earlier did not fall to us. So, but hey, there's still Antonio Gibson. There's still this is what I consider the dead zone in running backs. for the mere fact that, hey, I could care for less anyone. We can go. I mean, Lamar Jackson's available if we do want to go quarterback. Wide receiver is Brandon Cooks. They call Brandon Cooks. I heard a new name for him called the fantasy cockroach. You just can't kill him. He just stays alive and eats up targets. so
we don't have a running back yet, right?
Yeah, we have Jonathan Taylor.
Okay, yeah,
we have
Taylor.
Taylor.
Okay, and then we got two wide receivers.
Yes.
Yeah. How good is Gibson, guys? How good is Gibson in PPR?
We got a flex, so.
So y'all are looking at the running back.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm just saying, just because we only have one right now, and Gibson, I just want to know from the panel here, how good is he in the PPR league?
We've got 2 picks here, right?
Yeah.
I think I like Jacobs more than I like Gibson.
I was about to say that, but the one thing that
Gibson's now got Carson Wentz.
Well, could that help him or that could hurt him? I mean, people really don't know. If Wentz is actually, I would think he's an upgrade over Fitzpatrick. And whatever that guy they were throwing in there, Heineke, last year as well.
Wow.
But
running back.
So what's that?
I wouldn't touch Mitchell. I don't do San Francisco running backs.
Oh yeah, we don't do that either. They call them Hanigans for a reason. So
J.K. Dobbins interests me. I wouldn't take him this high.
Yeah.
I think he could have a good year, but Baltimore's really similar with those running backs.
What do you think about AJ Dillon? Anybody like AJ Dillon?
I like Dillon, but I mean, Aaron Jones though. Do you really think he's going to get enough playing time?
Well, yeah, I do because I think Aaron Jones is going to do a lot of the pass work, and I think that's going to open up things for Dillon because I actually have him pretty even on total touches. So I mean,
I love Dillon. I've loved Dillon for a long time, so I love Dillon and I love Jacobs here.
Okay.
All right. Will they be there if we take Jackson now? Will they be here later?
No.
Well, we get back-to-back picks, so we can get Lamar Jackson and Josh Jacobs if you want.
That's true.
I think that's the way I would go.
Oh, I like that.
All right.
I like that.
You like to have Mr.
Let's do it.
All right.
Yes,
We'll
I
do
love
Jacobs, and we'll do Lamar Jackson.
No, that's not what we said.
While we're doing that, Hollywood has some more comments.
Wait, that is what we said.
I thought we said we were going to get Jacobs and
Jackson.
Dillon.
No, we said we were going to do
and Jackson.
Yeah.
We have to go to instant replay on that one, Lacey. We'll go to instant replay.
I thought we were going to go running back and receiver there, but okay, that's fine.
But look at this, guys. AJ Dillon is still there, even with our next pick.
Wow.
So he did fall.
Okay.
So we could actually get Dillon and another receiver.
Thank you, Hollywood.
Take a look at Hollywood's comment. Give a shout out to Hollywood. He said, "Did you guys see the post of Mike Evans and Adam's stats?"
I did not see that.
I didn't see it.
They're both drafted the same year. Mike Evans has better stats with less receptions. Okay.
Well, that's because
more bang for his buck with Evans.
And so are we going with Dillon on this one?
I think I would do Dillon here. Do we get back to back again?
Yeah, we got back to back. We can do that and then hit we can hit a Michael Thomas. We can hit a Gabriel Davis, a Devontae Smith.
I'm all for AJ Dillon. I agree, AJ Dillon.
Okay. I like Dillon.
Now,
I like the name.
Here's where this interests me. Juju's burned me a few times. I really like Gabriel Davis.
I love Gabriel Davis.
I like him a lot.
The number 2 receiver in that offense. I mean,
you like him better than Michael Thomas?
I'm not touching Michael Thomas.
Yeah, Michael Thomas. I mean,
R.I.P. Michael Thomas.
Yeah,
we haven't seen Michael Thomas in a while.
Yeah, I'm a Saints fan, so a self-proclaimed Saints fan. So, but yeah, if I have,
you like him better than Smith?
Devontae Smith, yes, because I think AJ Brown is going to be because I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to have enough pass volume to really support 2 top 25 receivers. So that's why I think now I love Devontae Smith, don't get me wrong, but in that offense, when you have a offensive line that, and I think they're going to run the ball a lot. I really do because they can.
Because they got a triple committee.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's what I think volume is going to hurt Devontae Smith. Gabriel Davis, he showed in the playoffs that Kansas City Chiefs couldn't cover him. I mean, he was all over the place. Who's the guy that they Beasley left? So that's another target that went away.
Okay.
So I like
I think
Gabriel
Knox is going to get a tick in targets this year, though.
Well, what about OJ Howard? Do you have any OJ Howard faith coming in?
No, and I don't. I think Dawson Knox is going to get a lot of looks this year.
Hey, this could be a that strategy in the tight end. You just said that a great or late tight end. Well, we're already late because if you look at our tight ends, I mean, we are.
It's getting thin.
Hurts though.
Yeah. Okay, so is Davis the consensus? I'm fine.
Yeah, I like Gabriel Davis.
I love Gabriel Davis. What about you?
All right, let's get him. Let's get him, and then come back to tight ends.
Let's see what tight ends fall to us.
All right.
Because we already have our quarterback, so we got our quarterback early, so we don't have to worry about getting another guy. Oh man, I was hoping Al Lazard would fall to us, but he didn't. Man, Charles CEH went all the way in the 8th round, so that's these late running back people. Keep an eye on that. There's some decent, yeah. So, but
man, I would take that all day long in the 8th round.
Man, me too.
Yeah.
All right, so
who's next on our
hey,
plate?
guess what? All the tier 2 tight ends fell to us. When I say tier 2, my tiers. But Dallas Goedert is out there. Zach Ertz is out there. So
we don't have any of Philly yet, do we?
But I think we're gonna all be a little different on this one.
Okay.
And I'm looking. Yep. I like Dawson Knox. Zach Ertz was better when he went to the Cardinals. Definitely, rejuvenated him a little bit to go to the Cardinals. Dallas is good, but I think the AJ Brown addition is going to hurt him for targets. Mm-hmm. I just love Dawson Knox. I love Dawson Knox.
Okay.
Well, you swayed me. Let's go.
Okay,
let's go.
How many more picks do we have?
The hard knocks.
So
you just had to do it.
The reach alert popped up hating on me.
Yeah,
sometimes you got to reach to get that position. Though.
Hey, and if you look, we got wide receivers of Christian Kirk, Treylon Burks, Chase Claypool, Russell Gage. I mean, they got Olave's out there. Everybody knows I'm high on some Olave, being a Saints fan. Running back, we still have Melvin Gordon. The third is still out there. Rondé Stevenson. You got
Michael Carter.
Michael Carter is.
I love Michael Carter.
So
is he a Jet?
Mr. 401's league last year, Carter helped me tremendously. I was the top points in the league.
Yeah, I think I dropped him before.
But Carter got hurt at the end on me.
Yeah.
But man, Carter was really good for me last year.
Yeah, I actually think the running backs are more valuable than all these receivers because I think some of these receivers. I think Olave might be able to, and if Olave doesn't make it back to us, look, we still have the NVS and the Sky Moore. So,
I definitely think the running backs is a better way to go on this one.
Okay, well, what
Melvin?
About
I just don't trust Melvin to stay healthy anymore. But that could probably be said with a lot of these guys right here.
Yeah. Well, Ken Walker III, they said reports coming out of camp is he's being a beast catching the ball out of the backfield.
And who's in front of him? Didn't one of them retire? Who retired on that?
Chris Carson. Yes.
Yeah.
Chris Carson retired. So it's basically a 2-man backfield. So I'm thinking at 9th round and he's not a starter for us, so we can just put him in the bench. What do you think about Ken Walker III, Mr. 4-1?
I like him. He's a Seahawk. Come on.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what. Yeah, I shouldn't even. So are we good going with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's a great acquisition.
But at this pick, but I definitely don't feel that.
And it doesn't hurt us. You know what I mean? We pick him up. We see what he does.
Hey, Mr. Producer, what happened to Lacey?
Lacey had to She had to make a pit stop, but
And
just like that,
Omaha.
voila, she's back.
Oh yeah, I
Omaha.
forgot. Yeah, my little doggy was crying because she wanted to get down.
Okay, hey, look, we got the Skymore and the MVS dilemma is there. Let's see. Let's look at our roster real quick. We got our quarterback. We got our two running backs. And a reason I like getting A.J. Dillon and Ken Walker III is because in case Josh Jacobs doesn't pan out, we do have guys we can fall back on. We got 3 solid receivers. Mike Evans, Keenan Allen, Gabriel Davis. I really feel good about that. So we can take some chances. Now we can take part of that Kansas City offense we had talked about.
Let's put our money where our mouth is, man.
Yeah. So, well,
Remember-
I'm an MVS guy, and
Remember-
Lacey, she said in the 10th round she's a Sky Moore guy.
Yeah.
So
Uh-oh.
I like MVS. Lacey likes Sky Moore. What do you like, Mr. 4-1? I'm a consensus guy. I go with the crowd.
Ooh, this is a tough one here, but I'm gonna go with MVS on this one.
Okay. What about you, Captain?
MVS.
MVS. All right. So we're going. But hey, it's a tough debate. So, but yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Now we got one more pick. So,
Oh.
Julio.
hey, we could get our second quarterback if Lamar Jackson gets hurt. Look at all those quarterbacks still
What?
available.
Whoa,
in the 11th
yeah.
round. Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers,
and Derek.
Derek, both of them.
Wow.
Mercy.
Wow.
Dude,
That's
let that
almost
happen
just
in one of
getting
my
those
leagues,
guys just for the value.
Yeah.
right?
Well, let's look at Lamar Jackson's bye week is 10.
10.
So if
Okay.
we did look, both of them have different bye weeks. I mean,
Dude.
Wow.
Very good,
I mean,
very
yeah.
good technique there, Calculator. I'm glad you brought that up.
I
You
would
know,
take
you have to pay
Carr.
attention to those bye weeks.
Carr's the one. That's where Devontae landed, right?
yep, Devontae Adams.
That's an instant upgrade.
Yeah, and they're playing in the shootout West, the Wild Wild West. So are y'all good with going with the second quarterback? Even though we have Lamar Jackson on our team, I just think the value's there. Usually, I don't pick. I suggest we don't pick another
Well,
quarterback.
Lamar
but if there's-
Jackson, we don't know if that run game
Exactly.
is supposed to be. Right.
Exactly. He did fall off. I mean, if you would have had a Derek Carr with a Lamar Jackson last year, you were set. But by the time Lamar Jackson got hurt, Derek Carr is already picked up by somebody and doing well for him. So I'm good with
Mhm.
Derek Carr.
Okay, we got 3 minutes.
Let's do
Okay.
it.
Oh, I did Kirk Cousins.
Why?
Oh no! my mouse. The Lacey gods got me.
And Derek
Oh,
Carr's
my
still there.
goodness.
Derek Carr's still.
But that's,
All right,
let's
yeah.
talk about that. We're in the 12th round and Derek Carr's still there.
Mhm.
So this is
Who's
something
the
to think
idiot
of.
that
It's
took
like
Kirk Cousins before Derek Carr?
me, Lacey did it. Like, let's look at Lacey's rankings again, so
All
I
right.
can back up.
We only have a minute, just over a minute left.
Yeah. Quick comment here. Quick comment for
Okay.
Hollywood. Hollywood has a question on the board. Thoughts on Adam Thielen? So, what's your thoughts on Thielen right now?
I like Thielen if he could stay healthy.
Because
That's-
of the emergence of Jefferson.
Yeah.
I think that helps him. I think,
What?
I like Thielen.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
there's enough out there, enough love out there to spread out for the both of
I'd
them.
probably leave him alone.
Thank
Hey,
you,
we
Hollywood.
drafted Kirk
Thank you,
Cousins,
Hollywood,
right?
for your question.
Okay, how many picks do we have left?
We got 2 left. We got to get one more, and then we have to get our kicker and our defense.
Okay.
So
All right.
we can go. I'm just thinking another receiver because I really don't. I mean, like any of those run backs.
Okay. Receiver.
Okay.
So receiver,
Yeah,
We're just throwing them out there, and they're at the back of the bench anyway.
you got
so just,
Devontae Parker. I mean, they say he could be the main
I'd probably do Corey
Yeah.
Davis. I like Corey Davis.
Jets. Zach
Yeah,
Wilson.
I think he's going to have a better year this year.
Yeah,
He
that's
didn't
a
do
good
bad
one.
last
I
year's
like
first
that
year
one.
there.
I
What
actually
about
like
you,
that. 'Cause he actually
Lacey?
had-
One of your Jets.
I see that.
yeah,
So,
let's do it.
okay.
Mhm.
All right. Now we got to pick a kicker or
The
a
Rams.
defense. Yeah, let's see if they are
Are they
available.
available?
They're usually available.
Really?
Yep, they are.
Look at
So,
that.
So, okay. Are y'all
The
good with the
Rams.
Rams and just getting a kicker
Yeah,
at the
no
end?
problem with me.
Yes,
All right.
Aaron Donald.
You can't go wrong.
Just a minute. Okay.
So let's see what kickers will be available for us with the last Mr. Irrelevant. We have Nick Folk, Blankenship, McManus, Sanders. Hey, if the Denver offense is going to be what they want, if they're going to get better, that's
What
going to
about Miami?
I like Blankenship.
Ooh, I do.
Pick 'em.
Ooh,
Oh, week 14. Yeah, I like the later.
I do. Yeah, I do like Rajiga, and indoors, and the late bye week, so we don't have to worry about
That's what I
kickers.
like.
And Matt Ryan.
Okay,
All
and he
right.
can kick
We
50
got
yards.
7 seconds.
That's
6,
right.
5.
There we go.
All right.
We got
All right.
a B.
Very good.
But
Yeah,
let's
very
just go
good
over our
grade.
team again. Lamar Jackson, quarterback. Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs is our running backs. Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, Gabriel Davis. I have a feeling Gabriel Davis will be in our flex position with A.J. Dillon holding down the fort in case Josh Jacobs. Because remember, we were debating on Josh Jacobs and A.J. Dillon, and A.J. Dillon fell back to us.
Anyone else?
Ken Walker III, I think he'll be better later in the year. So I think that's a great value pick. Marquez Valdez-Stantlin on our bench, seeing what he can do in Kansas City. Kirk Cousins. Well, disclaimer should be Derek Carr backing up Lamar Jackson, and then
That's
Corey
why they
Davis.
gave us a B.
Yeah, you're probably right. I got us a B instead of an A because I could have had Derek Carr instead of Kirk Cousins. The ghost of Kirk Cousins strikes again. So
Very good.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank
Excellent.
everybody for their participation.
Hey,
Thank everybody for watching.
Around?
Sure.
And we will see everyone next
Well,
Monday.
I got to leave
for
the
Mock Draft
studio.
Monday.
Me too.
Okay.
All right. Mock Draft Monday. Thank you, everyone, for watching and listening. Have a great night.
Wow.
Hey, nice seeing you again, Captain.
Yes.
Lacey.
Good to see you.